Hi, I'm Nichelle from Passionate CNA Home Care Service LLC. Today I'm going to give you 5 mistakes that home care agencies make, whether it's at the beginning or later on in their career in the home care field. Number 1 is not knowing your policies and procedures, not keeping up with the regs to make sure that you are staying in compliance with the state that you're in. Each state regs and regulations may be different, but you definitely need to keep up with the regs and regulations. You do not need to just take your book to the state, your policies and procedures to the state, and you don't look at them again. Because when you have a survey, you will have to go to your policies and procedures and they will ask for it, and you're going to have to know what is in it. You're going to have to know what your policy is for discharging clients, what your policy is for accepting new clients, what your policy is for termination of employees. You have to know these things. So make sure that you are reading your rules and regulations and you are keeping up with the regs to make sure that you are in compliance. The second thing that most home care agencies make a mistake in is wanting to take shortcuts. There are so many different agencies out here, and everybody in the world probably knows somebody that has a home care agency and knows somebody in the business. And just because one business did it this way and another business did it this way, you have got to find your own way. You cannot just go off of what people tell you. You have to put in the work yourself. You can't depend on the state to send you clients. You can't depend on your friends or family to just do word of mouth to tell people about your agency. You've got to get out there and market yourself. You are the face of your agency. So people need to see you. People need to know how you feel about your agency, because it's your baby. It's your dream of having this agency, and nobody can express that or make people understand what this agency means to you but you. So you are the face of your agency. So you have to present yourself in that way. You have to be able to tell people what your agency stands for, what you are doing for clients, what problems you solve for clients. You have to be able to say that. You have to have an elevator pitch ready. And for different situations, you got to have a different elevator pitch. If you're just marketing to people in your community, you got to have an elevator pitch. If you're talking to someone you meet in the grocery store, you got to have an elevator pitch. You've got to be able to pitch your home care agency, because nobody knows who you are at this point. So you got to keep your name in the light. If you do social media, you definitely need to be on your social media. You need to make sure that your website stays updated, that people can go on there and they can see, okay, I can reach them at this number. I can contact them on this email. These are the services that they offer. You gotta have all of this information ready for clients to receive when they are looking for home care services. So there are no shortcuts. You have to put in the work, no matter how you do it, whether it's through marketing, whether it's word of mouth, newspaper ads, social media, whatever it is, you got to put in some work, because none of it's going to come easy. Nobody's just going to be just, oh, let me go there. No, they're going to research it. They're going to see what other people are saying about your agency, and they're going to make a decision from there, which brings me to my next thing. When you are a home care provider and you do surveys for clients or employees or anybody that you've given services to, make sure that you also put in the negative comments as well as the positive comments. When people are giving negative feedback to you, don't try to wash it away or put it in the back or try to delete it from your social media or delete it from however you're keeping up with your surveys. Don't delete it. Make sure that you address whatever concern it is that that client or customer had, and you make it known that you did address it, and whatever the outcome is what the outcome is. But do not hide it, because customers know that agencies are not 1000% perfect. So you need to let them know, like, look, we done had some hiccups, but here's where we are now. We address each and every concern that our employees have, our clients have, the family members have. We address all of those. So you letting them know, like, you're not perfect, but you are willing to do what you can to make sure that each and every customer or client is satisfied. The next one is hiring family and friends. That is a no-no. Do not hire any of your family or your friends to be in your home care agency, because one, most of the time family members feel like they or friends feel like they have some type of leeway where they can just do what they want, or they can come when they want. They don't have to do anything that just because they're your friend or your family that they can get a check. You don't have that money to give out. When you're first starting out, every penny counts. So you don't need to hire anybody that is not helping you to promote, bring in new business. You don't need anybody in here in your agency like that. If you are able to have an office and an office phone, you need to cut down on that money of having somebody sitting in your office and have your calls forwarded to your cell phone or something like that. Because if someone is in your office, they need to be helping you to be able to stay organized, to bring new business into your organization. They need to be, answering the phone, putting out cold calls. They need to be doing something to get that check. Nobody should be sitting in your office if they are not helping you to promote your business. And families and friends are the worst, because they are not gonna care like you would think they would. Like, sometimes employee that you've never met before a day in your life will be better to you than a family member would in business. So just make sure that you are not starting out hiring family and friends, because in the beginning, you got a lot of stuff to get done. You don't have time to babysit nobody. You don't have time to be giving out money that you don't even really have, because you were just getting started, really. The next one is, I do not know yet. I said about the policies and procedures. I said something about no shortcuts. Oh, spending unnecessary money. In the beginning, you got to take as many avenues as you can to make sure that you have what you need at a decent and fair price. Because as you know, when you start in a business, a home care business, first of all, you either have to get an office, you have to have a cell phone or phone, you have to have like the workers' comp insurance. Every year you're going to be paying for your license. There's a lot that you have to pay for. So spending unnecessary money is not something that you can do right now. So for the things that you can do yourself, you need to do them yourself. If you don't know how to do them, then you need to outsource it, but you need to outsource it on a budget. Canvas, a Quill, any of your different type companies, they can help you to get some things that you need for your business. Quill can help you get a lot of your office supplies. Canva can help with your marketing, your brochures, things like that, pamphlets, things like that you need. So you need to do these things. Canvas does have a free part to it, and you can use it. Now you get the best templates for your business once you pay, but for the most part, you need to be as frugal as you can in the beginning. I know a lot of people say go ahead and spend the money and you'll get it back later, but you're not guaranteed to get it back later. So don't spend it like that. If you gotta spend money on something, then do it. If you're gonna spend money on something, let it be your employees, because employees are more likely to stay if you are paying them a good rate. But don't pay them where it's hurting you. Like the business ain't making no kind of money because you're paying everything out in a salary. And I can tell you this for sure, because when I first started in 2005, I was paying way above what I should have been paying. And I didn't even take the time to sit down and really calculate what was coming in. But because I wanted to bring in employees, I was paying this high amount that was hurting me. So for like 2 years, my business was not making any money. And what happened was I had gotten a surveyor to come in. It was a, what do you call it? It was a, I don't know. I can't think of what the word it would be. But I had a surveyor, and a surveyor came in, and she was like basically telling me, like, you're paying these people way too much money. You're paying them almost RN pay, and you can't afford to do that. You really cannot afford to do that, especially if you are just starting out. You can't afford to be paying nobody an astronomical amount of money and then paying your other bills, because there are a lot of bills with home care agencies. And I'm not going to say that you can't do it, but in the beginning, you can't do it. I don't care how you try to, unless you have like already set aside a couple of $1,000 set aside, you can't do it. You can't do it. So yeah, taking shortcuts, I did that. You have to be able to make sure that you are doing the things that's going to help your agency to grow. Marketing is key. Networking is key to growing your agency. You have to make sure that you are doing your part. There are no shortcuts. There's no easy way to get it. People will tell you that all day long, but I've been in business since 2005, and I can tell you there are ups and there are downs to being in this business. And I'm going to do a video on that as well, giving you the cons and pros and cons of the home care business. It is a lucrative field to be in, but you have to do your part. You can't just take one area and just let everything else slack. You've got to be organized. Organization is the key to keeping your agency afloat, to keeping your agency to be able to grow. You've got to stay organized, and that's from employee files, client files, the rules and regulations. You have to make sure that you are up to date on everything, your workers' compensation, all of those things. You have to make sure your taxes, you have to make sure your taxes are coming out, your payroll, all of that. You need to make sure that you have those things in order. So we're going to do a review of this. So One of the things that you need to do is to make sure that you know your policies and procedures, that you are keeping up with the new regs that are coming out. The rules do change, so you need to make sure, and this is for any state, you need to make sure that you are keeping up with them. You need to make sure that you're not spending extra money. Like if there are things that you can do yourself, you need to do them yourself. You can make things that you've actually put together yourself look as professional as someone that does it for a living. You can't do that. You just have to take the time and the effort to do it, but you can do it. You need to make sure that you're not paying employees, your RN or other unnecessary things more than they should be, that you can pay. You need to make sure that you're sitting down, making a budget for your agency to make sure you have enough money to cover everything. No hiring family and friends. There are no shortcuts. There are definitely no shortcuts in this business. You gotta put in the work. You gotta stay organized. You gotta make sure that you are doing the things that you need to do to help your agency to grow. These are 5 tips. It may have been a little more, but it's basically the 5 tips to help your home care agency grow and succeed. If these tips were helpful for you, please like, comment, subscribe. If you or a loved one is in need of home care services, please feel free to visit our website at www.passionatecnahomecare.biz. I appreciate you so much. Bye-bye.